Okay, I decided to show the second game too, which was a really tough game. Uh, After e4, I played e5, so I was black, and the opponent was a strong player, nearly 1800 ELO rating, and I wasn't afraid or anything, but yeah, things didn't work out. This was mainly because of inexperience. It was just one move that decided the game. I was very confident throughout the game, but then the disaster struck. So, in general, because of the pandemics, there weren't many tournaments, and that's why, for example, there are people who are 1800 but maybe play better because they simply didn't have opportunity to gain more rating because there were no tournaments, but even though they improved at game. So here, so knight f3, d6, so I decided to go for Philidor. It's not too passive, I think, and we'll see. So after d4, e takes d4 is the only reasonable move if you want to fight. And after queen takes d4, now queen takes d4 was a Morphy's move. Obviously you can play instead of this knight takes d4. But okay, so queen takes d4 is Morphy's move, and knight c6. I've heard that a6 is better because it doesn't allow bishop b5, but I'm not convinced. Knight c6 is best, and after bishop b5, bishop d7, and queen d3. I mean, he didn't want to give up the bishop pair, so he played queen e3, and bishop e7. And I think black is equal here. Black has no problems really. And after knight c3, knight f6, I'm ready to castle, I'm okay. And here he played h3, which is clearly a weak move. And this allows a6 to kick the bishop away. Bishop moves to a4, now b5. Bishop moves to b3, and now knight a5, just simply winning the bishop pair. And here he played knight d5. And okay, so this was the critical moment of the game. So I took the bishop, which is logical, and got the bishop pair. And here my plan was this. I was thinking about this, and I was going to play it because I thought that after castles, knight takes c7, queen takes c7, knight d2 to protect it, and rook f e8, and now f3. And now I thought that white's position was very solid, and I was giving up. Basically a bishop pair for no good reason. But obviously I didn't see knight d5 during my calculations. If I had seen this, I could have probably gone for it. But yeah, I was blinded by the idea that I should keep the bishop pair. That's why I played instead, after a takes b3, I didn't play castles. And okay, I think it was a bad decision. And so I castled myself too. Wait, no. After a takes b3, I played c5. Yeah, c5. Now, c5 is risky, right? I wanted to play against this knight. And now if he takes, I think it's the same thing, right? If he takes now, I think it's the same thing, right? Now I'm okay, because I thought, okay, these two squares are covered. I don't know. I thought that this was a much better try. Yeah, I don't know. But after c5, I critically weakened the d6 pawn, which decides the game really. So after castles, knight takes d5, and it's insane, yeah, to give this clamp. And this d6 now is a backward pawn that needs defending all the time. I think it wasn't a good decision. I think the other one was better. Okay, so castles, but I think the position is still equal. It's not that I'm worse or anything. It's just okay. I have a little bit of advantage because of bishop pair, but that's all. Queen. So rook e1. So bishop f6, putting a bishop in a good diagonal, and he played very well here. Queen f4, attacking, so forcing queen b6. There's no other move, and now c3. So c3 is well, it blocks. Obviously, it blocks my bishop. I could play b4, but okay, maybe I should have gone for b4. Well, I played a5, which is not bad, obviously. But queen g3, an excellent idea. This idea I completely missed. It's not that I'm worse, but I completely missed this idea. because I think bishop f5 was a great move for me, because I thought the bishop was doing nothing on d7, so I decided to move it to f5. And after bishop f4, I simply protected with the d rook. And now rook e2, he wants to double, so I decided, okay, he wants to double, I don't want him to double, so I play a4, because this way we can exchange the rooks. Now he played bishop g5. This move came as a shock. It's not that it's a great move. I think this is a good practical move, because my bishop is one of my most important pieces, and now I have to exchange it. There is nothing else. So he took with the queen, and bishop g6 I think is a good move. And here, this plan, I was very, very proud of this plan. So after queen e3, he wants to infiltrate, and I played f6, a very interesting move. The opponent told me after the game he didn't like this f6 idea, but I think this is a good idea, because after b takes a4, I played bishop f7. He didn't. He wasn't really expecting this, because basically, first of all, this pawn is pinned, so I can take the rook, and also he can't play c4 to reinforce it. So he decided to play a5, and I took this, and he played rook d2 to protect the pawn, because this pawn is now weak. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened to me. I don't know. I think, okay, I could play queen a2 to attack this. Should have been interesting. But okay, I played rook e8, which is not a bad move. Queen f4 was played, targeting this pawn and telling me, okay, get back to defending it. So I defended it. Now b3. Now he's trying to force this c4 at some point. Then I played queen e7, and with a complete domination of the e file. And what happened was that after rook d1, now obviously rook e1 is a threat. Obviously, rook e1 is a threat. But obviously I can move, so it's not a big deal. But I can't play queen e2. I was thinking, well, I can't play queen e2, because then rook d1 wins the game, right? Because if I play queen d2, then rook e1 simply wins the game, yeah? There's nothing to do here. I was thinking of some c4, b4 pushes, and at some point my mind went blank. And I made a blunder which just lost the game. I think that I was thinking of g6 myself. Just give the king some breathing room. If something, my king can tuck itself on g7. This would have been my best move if I really was careful, but I wasn't, unfortunately. I played queen e4, and as soon as I put queen on e4, I realized what I had done. There was no coming back. This was just completely lost. I mean, how can you lose a game in one move? He simply took on d6, and there was nothing I could do, literally. I mean, this is objectively lost. It's insane, right? I played queen c2, rook e1. We exchanged rooks, and I played queen e2 because there's a checkmate on d8. So queen e2, so basically, if queen d8 happens now, well, I can block with the bishop. And maybe not with the bishop, maybe, but in any case, I think that's the idea. But so after I blundered, so queen c2, rook here, takes, queen e2, but he played excellently. So he played knight f3 first to make sure that there were no problems. And now the idea is that after queen d1 check, king h2, well, I have to take with the bishop. Because basically, if I take with the queen, then obviously this is horrible. So I took with the bishop, because there's no other way. And after queen d8, it was completely lost. Now, I'll show you why it was lost. Because when the king moves up, he tries to check me, so that no, I can't move. Okay, I can't move to f8 because then I lose the c pawn with the check. But here, this was the worst idea, because The problem here is that nothing works. Well, first of all, we can take, right? Thanks very much. So the idea is that queen takes, now pawn takes, queen takes, queen e3, and white protects every pawn, yeah? And I think this wasn't the game continuation. No, the game continuation was, so after check, he checked here, I guess, and then took this pawn. I think that, let's see, no, this wasn't the continuation. Let's see. No, I have it, but I just didn't, because there was no point. This is completely lost. So queen d7 check, king f8. Now queen, yeah, now he takes here. Now this is the move, because the problem is he took this pawn and he will take this pawn with a check. There's nothing I can do. And if I take this, he will take with a check and then simply return, and these two pawns are winning. There is nothing I can do. So I had no other choice. After taking, I took here, but after knight d4, it's clear that there's nothing I can do. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. No, not like this. Wait. First of all, he can check and then play knight d4. Yeah, and here obviously there's nothing I can do. I can prolong the game, but literally there's nothing I can do. I played queen b7, but I think that there was probably nothing else. I mean, queen here is obvious, right? But okay, is there a salvation here? I don't know. Is there? I played queen b7, and after knight e6, it's clear that white is just lost. Let's see. No, I think that what he did was first he checked. Yeah, first he checked. Amazing moves, yeah? Amazing moves. And after I moved here, then he moved here. I mean, this is just brilliant play. So, yeah, okay. But I think at this point, I was very confident. I thought that I'm doing fine. I have the e-file, and there are no worries for me. And then this queen e4 happened. And as soon as I put the queen on e4, I realized that queen takes d6 was possible. And there was no coming back from here. I played queen c2, but it didn't work out. I think that, okay, yeah, I think opening was success. And here, yeah, I should have just forgotten about bishop pair and castled. I think I should have just forgotten about the bishop pair and castled. Because here, obviously, knight takes e7. I think this is the strategical mistake which I made. But even then, I think at rook d1, I think black's position is pretty good. Black has no danger here because white's knight is ridiculous. It can never move anywhere. Because if he moves anywhere, then I can play queen d4 and get out. So I can exchange the rooks at some point on the e-file, and that's it. There's nothing that white can do. This is a dead draw. So yeah, I don't know. This is a terrible game. Thank you. Hopefully this doesn't happen again.